welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to From Pillar to Post. Very special. You get 2 episodes of From Pillar to Post within a 5-day period. This is great. And joining me, as you can tell on the screen, is the one, the only, Hollywood Jeff Edwards. Hollywood, what's going on, man?
What's up, White? Thanks for having me on From Pillar to Post, back on YouTube, White. It's been a while.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this may be it for a while because I'm going back out on the road.
On the road again, White.
Yeah, man. So if we do anything with you or AC or whatever, y'all will have to record it from now on and post it because the only way I'm going to be able to do my Skype is on my phone. So,
Okay.
Which it worked out very good the other night when we were all doing our show, except AC didn't record the damn thing.
Yeah, it would have been fine if we have to do that.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Let's see. Let's.
What do you want to talk about, White? Why am I here? What do you got?
I want to talk about the internet's reaction to all these NXT releases. Let's start off the bat here by I know you've watched videos on these things, or at least I think you have. Have you watched any of the YouTube pundits, if you will, talk about these releases?
No. I know about them because, White, I visit Wrestling Inc. a lot throughout the day.
Right.
Usually like 3 times a day. And then if I see something good, I'll do some searching around. But as far as the pundits go, no, I didn't really.
Don't bother.
Okay.
Because I listen to them, especially since the Punk rumors started. I've been listening just to see, what is this person saying versus what is that person saying. I'm very much into the debate. I'm very much into, this guy is fucking out there. This guy is spitting holy shit rumors like I do. And this guy's calling it right down the middle. And then you got Meltzer over here who could give fuck all if Punk comes into that company or not because he knows it's going to overshadow his precious Kenny Omega. Did you see the video that I posted yesterday?
Yes. Yes, I did, White.
So during the Schneebit von Schnickelfritz segment, did you see...
Why are you taking shots at Overlord DVD Doomcock, the ruler of the earth?
Did you hear that he got himself into a little bit of hot water with one of the guys from Geeks and Gamers a couple months back?
No.
They were on Nerdrotic's show, Friday Night Tights. Okay.
All right, wait, stop right there. Because last I saw of those guys, there was something going on with him and Gary from Nerdrotic. And reading in the comment section, it was like Nerdrotic was blowing him off.
Yeah, well...
Okay, what's going on?
So, Nerdrotic, along with the people from Geeks and Gamers, who are complete fucking sellouts, in my opinion, over the whole Zack Snyder thing, but...
Okay.
You know what happened there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because fucking... They refused to... They became Access Media that night, in my opinion. They really did. By not standing up for themselves, they became... And just going along with the flow, they became Access Media. You know, it's hard to sit there. It's hard for me to fucking take you seriously when you're like, oh, we're going to give the finger to the man. And then when you have the man right there in front of you and he pretty much spits in your face, instead of giving him the finger back, you tuck your tail between your legs like what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Fair point.
Fast forward to about a month and a half ago. They're doing Friday Night Tights, and they got all the people from Geeks and Gamers joining Gary from Neurotic. And I don't watch the show. It's hard for me to sit there and watch a 3-fucking-hour show every single day where they're doing nothing but bashing fucking Star Wars. It gets old.
Yeah.
Yes,
yep,
we've got your fucking point. Okay, you hate it. It does suck. Star Trek does suck. But there's nothing that you can fucking do in your little corner of the internet that's going to change anything. You're not changing anything. They're not, and then so one of the guys on there was talking about the Kathleen Kennedy situation because it's been rumored for about a year now that Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the guys on there basically called Doomcock out and is like, yeah, guys, I just want to let you guys know that I have 15 unnamed fucking sources that tell me today that Kathleen Kennedy fucking is getting fired tomorrow. And everybody laughs and everybody pops and everybody all of a sudden kind of cringes because they know that Gary from Nerdrotic and Doomcock, which if you're going to sit there and report the fucking news, use your own real name, dude. I'm sorry. I got no problem putting my fucking face out there, my ugly ass face out there.
Yeah, but you don't have a reason to. He might have a reason, Mike.
No, he's got a reason.
My suspicion about Doomcock is that he has ties to the business, and we would probably know his name if he
So do other
revealed it.
people. So do other people on Geeks and Gamers. There's people that are Hollywood fucking producers that come
Why?
on their
It's up
show
to
and
him.
shit.
It doesn't bother me, but whatever. I mean, go ahead.
But anyway, so then somebody's.
By the way, I like the gimmick. It's gimmick. You don't
like
see that
I
anymore.
like the gimmick, yeah. But also, the fucking gimmick is also, well, there's another rumor out there about him, but I won't discuss it here.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Because it's kind of like okay, you can't prove it, so why fucking bother really saying
Okay.
it? But
That's an off-air
yeah, it's
conversation.
an off-air conversation. We'll discuss that off-air. So the guy from whatever channel that's affiliated with the Geeks and Gamers, which they all have their own little YouTube channels, but at the end of the day, they're kind of tied together like a network. Okay.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So the guy
Been there, done that, White.
Yeah. Anyway, goddamn pal. Anyway, so the guy fucking, everybody's like popping and cringing at the same time because they're like, do we laugh at this or do we shun him for saying this because it's Doomcock and all this?
Right.
And the guy's like, look, guys, if you buy into his fucking Doomcock's fucking sources, that each and every day he's got 15 fucking unnamed, unverified sources that say this bitch is getting fired, and here it is a year later, she's not even touched. You know, basically calls him out on his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Doomcock goes on Twitter and goes, don't worry, Gary will straighten you out. Like, Gary has some fucking power over this guy. What's he going to do, not do Friday Night Tights with him anymore? I mean, come on. Like, he's going to be blackballed from the Fandom Menace, as they call themselves, which I don't even know what that means anymore. So that kind of started the breakdown between Gary and Doomcock.
Okay.
Because now I think they used to do like 2 or 3 shows a week together. Now they're only doing one.
Yeah.
And
I like the Exozone that they do. Or that they used to do anyway. I don't know if they still do it. But.
And also, fucking, I don't know if you follow Midnight's Edge at all. Because they
I've seen some. I don't really follow much.
Yeah,
but.
they got me introduced to they, for me, started me following the Fandom Menace, kind of. Because it was through them that I got introduced to Gary and Doomcock and all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
They've completely shunned the only woman that they had working for them pretty much or at the time, which was Mecha Random 42.
Really?
Yeah, they fucking cut ties with her because she got sick and tired of the damn bullshit politics interfering with, everything. And
wow. Okay, I didn't know that. See, I used to listen to those, all of them. Mecha, Anna, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, all those guys. And then once COVID hit, I kind of went nutty and just said F everything that I normally do and did like a 180 on some stuff.
Yeah.
So, I never went back. And I don't know why that is, but I found myself doing that with a lot of like Friday night. I would come home, watch Friday Night Tights, and then like go to bed. And then I just stopped doing it. I don't know why, but
I can't say I blame you.
I think a lot of those guys, like you said, they beat the dead horse. And it's like, listen, I get it. Like, they know the shit that's going to pop. And apparently people want to hear them bitching week after week after week about how bad Star Wars is, the new trilogy. Okay, great. But for me, White, that's like we've done this with WWE. Do a Raw review, do a Raw review, do a Raw review. 8 weeks later, you're like, F this shit.
Yeah.
And then we stop, and then we like go away for 3 months.
Well, I mean,
I don't know how they do it.
The thing is, since AEW's come along and the whole NXT thing has happened, it's kind of changed there where we're now reviewing AEW like we would review Raw. Mm-hmm. And the only problem is AEW is constantly fucking changing, and there's constantly buzz on it. Kathleen Kennedy, they're not all of a sudden going to come out every single day and release a new fucking, release an executive like they do a wrestler in WWE, which we'll get to in just a second,
Right. Yeah, true.
It's the entertainment business, but it's a lot more newsworthy entertainment.
Well, here's
business.
my question, White. Let me ask you this. Okay, I get the Kathleen Kennedy hatred. I get it. And I don't know as much about Kathleen Kennedy as those guys do, those guys and girls. But here's my question. They didn't like the sequel trilogy. I get it. I didn't like it either. Then you get The Mandalorian. They seem to like that. They all seem to like Favreau. Okay, that happened while Kathleen Kennedy still exists. So if that's the latest measurement that you can take, The Mandalorian, and then you give those guys, Favreau and help me, White, the guy that was under Lucas and he's with Favreau now, doing all the TV shows. Filoni. Thank you, Dave Filoni. Now they're in charge of what, 4 series that are about to drop?
Yep.
Shouldn't you give props to Lucasfilm at this point?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the whole gimmick around it is that the fandom menace, and myself included, seems to think that there's some infighting going on. That there's 2 different factions within Lucasfilm, because Lucasfilm is like Marvel, for folks. Okay. For those who don't know, it's owned by Disney. At any time right now, Bob Chapek or Bob Iger, whoever's in charge over there, it's Chapek, can come in right now and go, Kennedy, you're fired. Kevin Feige, you're fired.
Right.
Okay? The big difference is with WWE is that, the buck stops with Vince, and there's not really any corporate underling handling different divisions. Like, I mean, in WWE, the main thing is there's Vince handling WWE, and then there's supposedly Triple H handling NXT, but at the end of the day, it's all Vince's company. Same difference here. So there's a rumor that there's some infighting going on between Kathleen Kennedy and the Favreau group, which I don't buy that for a fucking second, because, I mean, if there was any kind of blowback or pushback or going over someone's head, you'd think that Bob Chapek, who is now pretty much in charge of Disney, would go, hold on. Let's get both of you in a room, and if we can't disagree, then yeah, maybe the town ain't big enough for the both of you, and one of you needs to go. Mm-hmm. And they're so scared to fire or do anything disciplinary to Kennedy because she's a woman. And they're worried that if they fire a woman from a top executive position, then the SJWs and the cancel culture will come. And everybody who currently loves the sequel trilogy and the Force is female and all this, they're worried that they'll go away and they'll lose that money, and they'll lose that toy money and the merchandise money. The thing they don't understand is the toy money's already been lost. The merchandise money's already lost. Your toy money and your merchandise money pretty much doubled under Favreau. Right. I got at least 5 things in this house right now with Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Same here, White. There's Baby Yoda all over this house.
Or Grogu, or as I call him, Gulag. I don't know why I just started calling him Gulag, and my wife is like, it's Grogu. I'm like, I don't care. He's Gulag.
That's funny.
Then my son is like, what's a gulag? And I had to explain to him, it's a Russian prison. And then we went and saw a fucking Black Widow, and I'm just like, see where he's at? Gulag.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's where we're at with Star Wars. That's the Phantom Menace and the Doomcock thing.
So that's why you took some shots at Doomcock. So
you
agree with them on some
level? I do agree with them, man. Doomcock's
Okay.
getting fucking old. He does a video maybe once a week where he goes, I heard from a source of a source of a source today that Kathleen Kennedy threw a shoe at somebody and jacked off Favreau. And coming next week in a few days after I collaborate with a source's source of a source, of course, that's what his videos are.
Right.
And nothing that he has said has came fucking true. Nothing. Nothing that any of these bastards have said has came true. They all talked about how Kurtzman. That's why I kind of wore the Star Trek shirt, the Mirror Mirror shirt, which is a damn good episode of Star Trek. But anyway.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
okay.
the shirt that I have on in that parody is it's a Mirror Mirror. It's Spock versus, oh man. He kind of meets his evil twin, his doppelganger, who has like a beard and a mustache and everything like that. It's fucking badass. But that's the whole reason why I wore that, because everybody's like, Alex Kurtzman is on his way out because the toys are everybody's only buying classic Star Trek toys and fucking Discovery's never going to get renewed for a 3rd season. And then what happens? It gets renewed for the 3rd season, and Alex Kurtzman just signed a big fat contract renewal, which tells me they're not listening to your fucking asses, so give the fuck up. It's part of the reason why I walked away from it for a while. It's because every day it's Star Trek and Star Wars sucks. Star Trek and Star Wars sucks. The He-Man thing, I totally fucking get. I totally agree because Kevin Smith has turned his back on us with this shit. And everybody goes, well, what the fuck happened? Well, I'll tell you what the fuck happened. He had a daughter who's a millennial, and he had a fucking heart attack and went vegan and soy on us, guys, and there you go. When you experience a near-death experience like that, it fucking changes you. Well, the sad part is it didn't change him for the better. You know? And I really, really do not have strong hopes for Clerks 3 because it's going to be a woke mess.
White, no one's ever really gone. So, you keep that in mind when He-Man Season 2 comes out, White.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, then they should have released the whole thing at once.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was never a big He-Man guy, so.
I wasn't either, but I mean, I kind of watched it because it's like you get up for school. It's like, this is the funny thing when I was growing up. You're older than me, right? How old are you? 40-something?
Yep.
Okay. So, I was born right around the age when Ninja Turtles first started.
Okay.
Okay, Ninja Turtles was the shit. Before Ninja Turtles, it was fucking... You know, He-Man and stuff. Kind of He-Man was on the... G.I. Joe was on the way out. Transformers was
Transformers,
on the way out.
right.
So I would wake up every morning for school, and you used to get Fox Kids cartoons every morning. They would basically show reruns of what they aired on Saturday mornings during the week. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, I would watch fucking like... I think they would either show one day they would show G.I. Joe, the next day they would show Transformers. They would alternate between the two Hasbro things or whatever.
Right.
At fucking 6:30, I'll take that back. If I woke up earlier than 6, at 5:30 they were showing He-Man and Thundercats. They would alternate between He-Man and Thundercats. Then they would alternate between G.I. Joe and fucking Transformers. 6:30, they had to show something for the girls, so it was either Jim and the Holograms, or later on, and I got to admit, I got into this. It's the only anime that I ever really got into. Sailor Moon. Love me some Sailor Moon. Right. I'm a nerd for Sailor Moon. I ain't going to argue. I ain't going to lie. And then 7 o'clock, Ninja Turtles would come on. By the end of Ninja Turtles, I'd be on the bus to school.
There you go.
So... And I was the type of kid where I would go to bed at like fucking 9 o'clock at night, be up by 3 o'clock in the morning and go, you know, still am that way sometimes. So, but the He-Man thing, you know, I'm not as big into it, but when you have Kevin Smith sit there and go, we have the 2 biggest He-Man fans on the universe. No, you don't. We have the He-Man audience. No, you have 2 people. Did you do any kind of focus groups or anything to go, hey, what if we killed off He-Man? What would that do? No. And then the man admits to never watching He-Man himself as a kid. He says he watched it. He thought the show was for babies and for girls.
I don't understand why they do it, White. I mean...
And it's like, this hurts me because it's Kevin fucking Smith. Here's the guy who was representing. He was the king nerd. He was king nerd, you know?
Oh, not anymore.
No, now he's
you
king
can take that
woke.
card away.
He's king woke.
It's dumb.
That's why I hope I never fucking have a heart attack and live. If I have a heart attack, just let it take me, Elizabeth.
White, that's why I say Cobra Kai was the best reboot in history of reboots. It still is.
It's coming back, and guess what? They're bringing in,
They're still bringing back, that's the way to do it.
They're bringing fucking Silver in.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's how you do it.
I mean, I'm sitting there watching that Karate Kid Part 3 the other day, and he's like, make his knuckles bleed. And he's like, I like that, Johnny. I like it. He's standing up in the sauna with that fucking towel around him. I like it, Johnny.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, White, the equal to that would be Cobra Kai Season 1, Episode 1. They show Johnny in a car, and it wrecks, and he dies.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, you just killed the show. Good job.
They fucking, or no, worse yet, they fucking kill Daniel off, and Johnny takes over his car business.
All right, there you go. And then he dies.
And then he dies.
But then he comes back.
And his daughter starts training the kids.
Right. Yeah. Stupid.
Or
It's
no,
just stupid.
no.
Well, they shoot
Allie-
themselves in the foot with
Allie
this shit,
step.
in my
Allie,
opinion.
everybody dies except Allie, and then Allie becomes a short-haired, butch-cut lesbian, and starts fucking training everybody in Miyagi-Do karate. Forget Cobra Kai because we got to fem it up. So.
And just for a dig, though, she spells her name with a Y now, just to make fun of the original script, which is stupid.
Yeah.
They do this shit all the time. It's stupid. Whatever.
Another good thing to come out of it is that the guy who plays Miguel, it was announced this week that the kid who plays Miguel is now being cast as DC's Blue Beetle, and I could not agree with that more.
Wow.
It fits.
I was waiting for him to. I thought he'd be picked up by Disney for the MCU, but yeah that's a good casting.
Now the kid who plays Hawk,
yeah,
he's fucking awesome. He steals the show in the last season for me.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
But and the one who plays the not Allie, but her rival, the new girl that they just introduced in season 3. Oh man, I didn't know that she was on the Disney Channel as Jessie. My kid used to watch that show Jessie all the time, and I was like,
she was on it, but she wasn't Jessie.
Who did she play on it?
What's her name? Her real name's Peyton something.
Yeah, and I was like, that's her. Yeah. Oh my God, did she grow up?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
my kid used to watch that too, and when I found that out, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's that girl."
Oh, it's the girl. Oh, good.
The friend, yeah. Okay, great.
We could call her hot now. It's okay.
I don't feel bad at all or terrified of myself.
No.
Great. Anyway, why?
Let's talk about some WWE here. We got a bunch of releases that have happened in the last 24 hours as SmackDown is happening. 2 of these releases were 205 Live guys that were scheduled to wrestle on 205 Live last night. I can't remember exactly who they were, but we'll get to them.
Okay.
PW Insider, I want to go through these here. And this is going to be the bulk of our time because we'll get to a couple other things.
Okay.
We start off with talking about wrestling pundits, and they're talking about, oh, God, today is such a crappy day. I feel so bad for these guys. But, I had to get up and go to work because their releases. You motherfuckers. Damn your fake sympathy. When something like this happens, you come and drool all at the same time, you motherfuckers, because you know your website's going to get hits, and you know you're going to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that fucking idiot hick from Kentucky, Sean Ross Sapp, who looks like on his best day he couldn't slap his ass with both hands.
Yeah, that's probably spot on.
I can't stand him. I can't stand his look. I can't stand his voice. He finally cut his hair, the fucking idiot.
See, this is why Doomcock wears a helmet.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got to hide myself.
Why don't you tweet Doomcock and say, "Hey, can you share that helmet with Sean Ross Sapp? See if Sapp said."
Here's what kills me about Doomcock, dude. He did a video with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers where I guess Doomcock traveled down to Texas, and they're sitting. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's hard to find out there. I mean,
I've seen it. Yeah, Jeremy went down to visit him, I think.
Yeah, Jeremy went down to visit him, or no, he went down to visit Jeremy because Jeremy lives in Austin, Texas, I think.
No, I think Doomcock does.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a Texan.
So they're sitting there everybody's moving to Texas because
that's true. Yeah,
because we want our guns and we don't want to wear masks. Yeehaw!
AC.
That'll solve all your fucking problems.
That's AC. Yeah, that's your guy.
It is, man. It is. But
shout out AC.
But you know what though? I'm about to go get fucking vaccinated. I'm gonna crumble down and go get the vaccine.
I thought you had COVID though.
I've had it.
Well, wait, then you have the antibodies that you're going to get from the
I don't know
vaccine.
how long. I don't know how long they're going to last. And with this fucking variant going around, I know that you could still get it. You know, that's the thing. The vaccine will solve all our issues. Well, people with the vaccine are still getting the variant. And if you're not showing symptoms of it, you're going to become a carrier for the variant. The only good thing about getting the vaccine is you're less likely to really show symptoms or go to the fucking hospital.
Right.
And when I had COVID...
You're less likely to die.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
And when I had COVID, I had to go to the fucking hospital because it gave me pneumonia.
I remember White.
So, I don't want to
You were in there doing it.
I don't want to get that shit again.
Right.
You know?
All right, White, go ahead. Go for it.
I mean, if
I don't begrudge anybody that gets it or doesn't get it.
Who knows?
Whatever.
Maybe I'll grow a third eye or sprout a second dick. It's a win-win situation.
Hey.
You know?
Party at White's.
That's right. Anyway, so anyway, the guy's sitting in a car, the Doomcock and this other guy is, and he's wearing a fucking. He still wants to hide his face, so he's wearing a gold lucha mask.
He had the lucha mask on. Yep. Yeah, I saw it.
And I'm just like, dude, are you real? But then you could kind of tell what his face looks like. And then Mecca Random a couple months ago was on one of her streams because she's boo-hooing about now ever since Midnight's Edge shunned her away. She doesn't get as many people, and her subscribe numbers have gone down. And I'm not able to make money to go off YouTube hardly. I have to go out and get a real job. You know, so she knows. She started to expose him, and she knows his real name and everything. She just won't say it right now.
Right.
But anyway.
White, it sounds like their little group.
Ever since that fucking, ever since the Zack Snyder thing, is when that started, man.
It's crazy.
It divided them up between, you know, who the fuck are we? We're the guys who always stand up and say "fuck the man," but when the man's at our doorstep, we kowtow to him. And then the other half was, oh, it's a business thing, and it's Zack Snyder, it's huge, blah, blah, blah. Give me a break. Anyway, the pundits out there love this shit for wrestling. Don't let them fool you.
Right,
when Sean Ross Sapp and Raj Giri and fucking all these guys, because Dave Meltzer, to his credit, he's the only one that's out there going, that's Vince.
Yeah.
What do y'all expect? This is Vince. This is not Khan. Somebody called it the Solomonster.
The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, he called it the Wrath of Khan Part 2 because this is the second big group of releases that happened this year.
Right.
Motherfuckers, y'all don't realize that unlike AEW, this company has shareholders to answer to. That's why, even though they're showing the most record profits, they want to double that for next year to make their shareholders happy.
Before they sell it. Right.
Before they sell it to Disney, yes.
It's possible.
That's the rumor.
I'm not convinced.
That's the rumor.
Right. It is. I think what they're doing, White, after this round of NXT cuts, I pulled up their roster. And there was news last night that Adam Cole was taken to SmackDown for the big meeting with Vince. Mm-hmm. And here's my question, White. Are they getting rid of NXT, or are they cutting it down to a TV roster where you're going to see Adam Cole and you're going to see Kyle O'Reilly and they're going to be the top of the roster and they're just going to go from there?
I think that now that they've lost the quote-unquote Wednesday Night War, which I don't see how you can have a ratings war when you have DVRs.
It wasn't a war.
It's not a war. Nothing is ever a war. They could go to head-to-head on Monday nights. It's still not a war. In this age where you have the second DVRs came out, there are no wars. I can watch both on the, I can watch both. It's a win-win for the fans. If you're advertisers, you're wanting to advertise on both, but their audiences are so divided that it is kind of a war at the same time.
Right.
Because, well, let me answer your question first. And then
go ahead. Yeah, what do you think's going on there?
I think NXT is becoming OVW all over again.
Okay.
Because now they've never acknowledged it as a third brand. If you watch somebody get called up now, they go, oh, he made his WWE debut. Motherfucker, he's been signed with WWE for the last 7 fucking years. There's NXT, and then there's WWE. Whenever you watch Cole, they don't mention NXT. They took away like 3 of Charlotte's fucking title reigns.
Yep, she's only an 11-time champ now.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't care, and it's even more so, and that's even when the quote-unquote Wednesday Night War was going on. They've been doing that for the last fucking 4 years now. Whenever somebody comes up, oh, this is such and such from NXT. He made his WWE debut. No, he had his first match in WWE on Raw last week. No, he didn't, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I mean, you're getting these guys like Killer Cross, and you make them Karrion Kross. All right, cool. You're already giving him a head start on getting him over by Triple H creating this gimmick for him, and he's running with it. All right, great. I mean, they can't keep these guys hidden. If they kept them hidden in the Performance Center and then put them on Raw, okay, that's his first match in WWE. But you already have a head start. I don't understand why Vince doesn't see NXT as a head start for some of these guys. We all know who they are. We know who they were. We know everything about them. So why not just use NXT to give them that head start?
I have a theory.
And put them on your TV.
I have a theory about that.
Tell me.
And AJ Styles, Kevin Owens,
all right,
Samoa Joe, those three are the only exceptions. If Vince doesn't create it himself, it doesn't exist. If Vince does not create it himself, it doesn't exist.
Oh, he didn't create Joe, though.
That's what I said. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens.
Oh, they're the exception. Okay.
Well, even Kevin Owens was an NXT product because they tweaked his character a little bit.
Yeah.
If fucking Sami Zayn would have stayed as El Generico, he wouldn't have been called up to the main roster. And if he would have been out of that mask.
I agree with you, White, but I just don't understand it from Vince's perspective. Like, okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, fine. But then why are you going to put Karrion Kross on Raw and job him out? Why put him on at all? That's my question.
Have you heard the big theory surrounding that?
No.
The big theory that everybody says is give it time. What we're trying to do is create a story. And everybody's like, you'll give AEW time to tell stories, but you won't give us time to tell a story. It's because your track record speaks against you. The big rumor is that he's going to lose until finally he discovers Scarlett and finally he gets the big entrance with the girl and everything else. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, he already had that.
See, that's the problem. Yeah. That's Vince not realizing that that shit was shown on NXT already on TV.
On your programming.
We know everything. We know they were in TNA together. We know.
Now, I got a question. Let's say he did that shit in Ring of Honor, and somehow, some way, they get a deal with Ring of Honor to put Ring of Honor on the network, okay?
All right.
Would it be different if it was Ring of Honor on the WWE network versus WWE NXT? Because I would think so.
If it's the same story, though, no. Because we know he's tied to Scarlett. He's still wearing the NXT title. This is what Vince is doing. He's asking everybody that watches NXT, that sees Karrion Kross on Raw, to forget that Scarlett's a part of his gimmick, his act, if you will.
Yeah, and we've been saying this shit for fucking. We've been saying this.
I'm really gonna surprise them, pal, when Scarlett shows up in 3 weeks. We're telling a story. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. No, and I'm not willing to give AEW time to tell the story, and I'm not versus WWE. No, it's bullshit. Tell a good story. Both companies, tell a good story. Because that right there is garbage. You want me to pretend that I don't know who Scarlett Bordeaux is? Okay, I'll pretend. I'll give them time to tell the story. And then in 3 weeks, they're going to roll her out, and he's going to get a win. And that's supposed to surprise me as a viewer of a story. Come on.
Not only that, it's making your NXT title look like shit. He's pissing on the belt.
He's pissing on the whole, I don't even know what to call it, brand. He's pissing on the whole brand. He's pissing on Triple H. He's pissing on Shawn. He's pissing on all of it. And I don't understand it because he owns it.
And I'm sorry right now, if I'm Triple H, I'm sitting here going, you know what? Find somebody else to run this thing, Pop. Because it's clear that you don't want me running it. It's clear that you don't want me to have my vision. You don't want me to have my say-so. You're going to ruin whatever I do. I mean, people are sitting there talking about going, oh, poor Triple H, man. Builds up all these guys. Motherfuckers, Triple H probably has a hand in what goes on down there. He runs the place.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. I mean, if he just gets to a point where he's like, you know what? I'm going to step aside. I'm just going to quit. He could just cash in all his stock and open up his own shit, and he'd be fine.
He could get divorced tomorrow. Let's go this wild fucking theory of the night. Here's Joe's wild theory. He could divorce Stephanie tomorrow. She would never be able to come after him from alimony because she makes more money than him. Okay? Bottom line, she probably makes 10 times more money than he does at the end of the day if you break it all down and toss it all up. She'll get to go take over WWE, and he could go wherever the fuck he wants to go. I don't know why that. I mean, if I'm Triple H, I'm sitting here fucking looking at Vince and going, "What the fuck are you doing, old man?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I'm married to your fucking daughter. I don't care if you're going to fire me and blackball me from your little corner of the business. What the fuck are you're not doing? You're taking every fucking hard work I'm doing. It's like if you told me to build sandcastles for you, and I keep building good sandcastles, and they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and every day you come in with your fucking backhoe and roll it over.
There has to come a time where he questions Vince on it, if he hasn't already.
I mean, I've said it for years, and I know this sounds mean and cruel. I can't wait for that motherfucker to die. I don't wish death on him, but the day is coming.
I get it, White.
I've always said this business is never going to turn around till that crazy motherfucker dies. It's old.
It's nonsense.
I mean,
it's nonsense. And this is why over the years, I learned this early on with NXT. This is why I don't watch it.
Yep. That's why I can't take it seriously.
You can't. I mean, you could watch it, but just realize it's in that box. It's in that moment. And as soon as the guy's gone, whatever you liked is dead.
But dude, doing it while the motherfucker is still your champion is a completely different ballgame.
Yeah.
If he had not walked out there with the belt, and if they had not said, okay, here's Karrion Kross, NXT champion, if they would have just said, here's Karrion Kross, okay, fine. You got the Raw version of Karrion Kross, but then you got our NXT champion. They're two different versions. Same person, two different universes, if you will.
Right.
They're parallel multiverses. You got the WWE multiverse. That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know if he realizes it's on TV, though.
Oh, he does. He knows.
Oh, yeah, bring your champ over so I can squash him. All right, well, who does that benefit? Well, nobody, pal. All right, then why are you going to do it? Well, I don't know, pal.
It's the same thing as when OVW. You know, you go back and listen to Cornette's rant about about the OVW. The damage of Danny Danny Basham was his champion. Right. He gets a dark match. They cut his fucking hair.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, oh, why'd you cut your fucking hair? Well, goddamn, they just wanted to see what I would look like bald. He goes, can't they fucking pretend up there? So he says, I called Johnny Ace, going, Johnny Ace, Jim Cornette. My goddamn fucking champion just walked into the door. Looks like a 40-year-old truck driver. Next time you want to cut a man's hair, let me do it so in 3 weeks I can book a hair match and fucking take some money, make some money. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
I don't blame him.
They're doing the same shit, only it's internal. It's not a separate company that they're licensing to. This is fucking the same umbrella.
Yep. Doesn't make sense to me, White. Unless Triple H is being punished again for some reason. For losing the war, maybe.
Yeah, he is. He's been punished for losing the war.
It could be. Could be.
Because now there's a rumor if they don't see it as a third, Triple H could go out there right now and crow about how it's a third brand all he wants to. There's a rumor out there going, they do not see it as that. It is now developmental. Again, all over. It's a developmental territory on TV. They might as well fucking, they're losing money on it. USA can't be paying them enough for it. They might as well, when it's all said and fucking done, you fucking take it away from USA. USA is, if they're smart, they don't renew it, and they put it right back on the network on Wednesday nights for an hour.
Right.
Let's go through these releases.
All right, let's do it, White. Enough on that.
Then I'll get to Adam Cole, because Adam Cole's an entirely separate situation here.
Baby. Okay.
This is from PW Insider. They said they've had several readers ask for an accounting of all the talents released this year by WWE. Here, right now, are all the departures in 2021. This is not just NXT.
Okay.
February, Lars Sullivan gets released. It's never announced. To this day, it's never been announced. But it's reported by PW Insider. But he hasn't been seen since. I think he's gone.
Right.
This is a contract expiration. So these are contract expires, a little bit of non-contracted talent going over to AEW, and, releases. So Big Show. Lost him in February. His contract expired. We got into February 4th. Steve Cutler gets released. March 21st, Andrade gets released. He goes down to AEW, and they're still fiddle farting with him. They need to shit or get off the pot on that guy. I don't like what they've done with him at all.
We can get into him.
Yeah. April 15th, because we'll have an AEW section here at the end.
Okay.
April 15th, Samoa Joe gets released. A month later, he's rehired in WWE for NXT.
That's a head scratcher also.
Yeah.
I don't.
If you're Joe, why? Why, Joe? Why? You could have went back and made Ring of Honor a name.
Yeah.
Billy Kay.
I'll tell you what, Impact could use him too.
Yeah. Billy Kay, Peyton Royce,
Mm-hmm.
and this is all on April 15th. So Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, who are divas. And yes, I've seen interviews with them since they've gotten released, and they're very passionate about what they do, but they need a lot of fucking work.
They're divas, like you say.
I don't want to see them on AEW TV. I don't think anybody wants to see them on AEW TV. Let them work the indies for a little while, get some seasoning.
Right. I'm with you.
Mickey James gets released. She goes to the NWA, and they're having an entire fucking women's pay-per-view. La-di-da. Chelsea.
She's the GOAT, White.
Yep.
Don't la-di-da Mickey. She's the GOAT, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Chelsea Green, who I think is Matt Cardona's wife, right?
Yes.
She gets released. She's in a Pabst Blue Ribbon commercial.
Yep. Good for her.
Here's one. Kalisto.
Yes. Where the hell is he at?
Probably in Mexico.
Okay.
Because he can work
Probably.
now. I mean, fuck, you got Mickey James popping up places. They were available as of July 15th. Wesley Blake. Bo Dallas.
Right.
Tucker of Heavy Machinery. Which, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I don't hate him, but
I'm not in a hurry to sign him if I'm anybody else.
right.
No offense to the guy, you know.
Right.
May
If you're listening, Tucker.
Yeah. May 19th, Alexander Wolf gets released.
Right.
The Velveteen Dream gets released, which nobody
That was
will,
big.
Well, nobody will touch him with a 10-foot pole because of the speaking out bullshit. Which that'll come up again in our AEW section, the speaking out thing. Let me make a note of that here. Hold on.
Note that, White. Jot that down, White. Velveteen.
So the speaking out movement, it involves it kind of hit an AEW star this past week, and again,
Max Caster.
No,
White.
well, no, it's not Max Caster. We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Vanessa Bourne was also released. Kavita Devi was released. Ezra Judge, referee Jake Clemens, Skylar Story, Jesmond Duke, and Drake Wirtz. Which, right now, the way Ronda Rousey's feeling about WWE and their fans, bye Duke. But I'm surprised Shayna Baszler didn't speak up and go, you know, hey, well, I'm not happy about that. But anyway.
Well, she's in the same match for, every week for the past 8 months. So
there's
she's
another one that
great.
if I'm her, I can't wait to get the fuck out of there and go to Ring of Honor or Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So then Drake Wirtz, who is now running for office and has been blocked on Twitter because of his psycho Republican views. But anyway, fucking politics is stupid. Anyway, June 2nd.
Getting sick of it, White. Go ahead.
What's that?
I said I'm getting sick of it too. Go ahead.
June 2nd, okay, Braun Strowman. So September 2nd, right before All In.
What month?
June 2nd.
Oh, June. I thought you said September.
No.
Okay.
September 2nd is when he can illegally sign.
Oh, okay.
Aleister Black, which they fucked up on him and kept his 30-day NXT agreement. And you know what? I watched a lot of interviews with him today. He's a cool fucking guy.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
I never could imagine a woman like Selena Vega would be into a guy like him, but it's like, hey, go you, dude.
Yeah.
Go get her. Buddy Murphy, which I don't see him landing anywhere but indies.
White, I like Buddy Murphy. I'm in the minority, I know.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great in Impact. I think they could use him. They're hurting, White. Their roster's not that good.
Yeah, but they are. But when they use the same fucking people 15 times a fucking month and they're the same boring people that they just got off the indies, not everybody who makes $100 a night on the indies is worthy of a contract for all you major promotions out there.
Yeah, they're also White. When they do the tape gimmick for 5 weeks in a row, that hurts too.
Yeah. Lana. So she could come in September 2nd, which she's already booked her first post WWE appearance for a something of the ring convention, whatever it is.
Okay.
Ruby Riott, who just became Ruby Soho, she's coming in. She's going to be the Joker in the Battle Royal.
White, I like it. I like that call. That's a good call.
I'm glad she's not.
I like Ruby Riott.
I do too, and I'm glad she's keeping the Ruby Soho. I like that, and I'm glad she's not doing Heidi Lovelace.
Mm-hmm.
Santana Garrett, there's another one that could easily go to AEW because AEW needs good women. They don't need any more fucking divas down there.
Her and Ruby,
I mean,
would be that. Yeah, that would solidify that division for a while.
With all due respect to these women, Red Velvet to me is a diva. She's not a women's wrestler. Jade Cargill.
She's a tough sell, White.
She is, man. I'm not.
And she's still green. No offense. Yeah, I've never been in a ring and I've never took a bump. Fuck me. She's green as shit, and you can see it.
I'm not into the character either.
I don't even know what her character is. She's called Red Velvet.
She's called Red Velvet, and she comes out there like she's mixing up a red velvet cake in a bowl. And
you know what I thought? Why this week she comes out and she interrupts Britt Baker. Britt Baker's in red and black, and she goes, "And honey, red is not your color." And I looked at her and I'm like, "Wait a minute, you got black hair, you're all in black. Why aren't you in red?"
Yeah.
Guess that's a little tidbit that AEW never thought of before because Booker of the Year. I don't know.
So let's go to June 25th. They released Killian Dane, who is Nikki Cross's husband. There's a guy right there that needs to go to Ring of Honor. There's a guy or Impact. He's a big motherfucker. I don't want to. Although,
see, he's one White. Some of these guys, like him in particular, I would think Vince would love that guy.
Too fat. He's short and fat and doesn't like him.
I guess. I don't know. Owens, not that he's fat, but I mean, he's not in shape. I don't know. I thought like Killian Dane, Tucker. I thought these guys, the guy that just the Samoan dude, Brandon, who they just released White yesterday.
Fuck. Hold on, let me scroll down because Bronson Reed.
Bronson, thank you. Yeah, I thought he would be a McMahon.
And he's a big fit for AEW, and we'll get to that. The reason why I think that in a minute.
All right, go back to your list.
Tyler Breeze.
White. I think there's something with Tyler Breeze.
Me too. I love Tyler Breeze, dude.
All right.
Fandango, get the fuck out of here. Bye. Bye. Tony Nese, hello, Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Daivari, Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Everrise quickly just got napped up because that 30 days is up, I guess. How does Everrise get released on June 25th and they debut in less than 30 days unless they negotiated that shit? Because isn't that 2.0? They just debuted?
Either that or it was an expiration.
Yeah. The Bollywood Boys, Ring of Honor. I'll tell you who, fucking Daivari, you got Tony Nese, Everrise, the Bollywood Boys, Kurt Stallion. Here's one. He's from the Tennessee area. I've heard good things about him. You run the indies for a few more years, get scooped up by a major promotion like another promotion that we're forgetting that is said to be doing a real fucking big streaming deal soon is MLW. I could see a lot of these guys going there.
Why did you hear what they're doing? Spin-off series.
Yeah, for Lucha Underground.
Oh.
Dario Cueto or whatever they're calling him. He's already there.
I can't wait, White. Aztec Underground. Can't wait.
They'll find some way to make it not the same way. Unless is Krista Joseph going to be right?
That's my big question, and I don't know. If he's involved, I'm way in. If not, I'm just giving it a shot to see what they do. But he definitely, if I'm Court Bauer, he has to come with the package.
Yeah. Big Dick Johnson in a lucha mask. I love it. Anyway.
Damn right, pal.
The Bollywood Boys would be a fucking kick-ass bit in the Azteca Underground.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where Kalisto goes to.
Yep. Fandango would be good in the fucking doing that.
There you go.
In Azteca Underground. There's a place for Fandango.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Stallion, MLW.
There you go.
August Gray, have no idea who you are.
Don't know.
Arturo,
Good name, though.
Arturo Ruiz. Yeah, it is a good name. Arturo Ruiz, I've only seen him a couple times. MLW. Tino Sabatelli, never heard of you.
Sounds Italian.
Yeah. Marina Shafir, you're going to team with Jessamine Duke, and either you two are going to go back to Ultimate Fighting, or you're going to go to fucking Ring of Honor because they need good women.
Everybody needs a good woman, pal.
And then July 31st, the big Bray Wyatt release happens.
Huge.
Which, dude, hold on here.
Okay, wait.
His fucking deal expires on Halloween. His 90 days. It's on
That's
it's
awesome.
on a Sunday too. August the 3rd is the Ric Flair asks and gets for his release, which I'll say this now. Everybody's saying, oh, AEW, and the big rumor is that Andrade wants his whole family to be in AEW at one point.
Let me run this by you, White. AC brought this up, and now I understand they have the Pinnacle, okay, as Tully's group. What if they did? AC brought this up. Again, AC brought this up. What if they did like an Evolution type group with Flair to go against Tully? You could have Andrade
I don't want to see it because you know why?
Why?
Because I get the same reaction to Flair in AEW as I did when he showed back up in WWE. Why the fuck is this old bastard on my television set? Go away.
He's a draw, White.
Bye. Retire. Go do your Car Shield commercials.
I'll give you two reasons, White.
You know.
He's a draw. That's number one. And number two, Tony Khan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tony Khan will throw a lot of money at him, but then
there's
again,
no way Tony Khan's not going to sign him.
Yeah, you're true, and he probably doesn't have a 90-day deal, and even
Probably not.
Even if he did, he's Ric Flair, and he's going to show up anyway.
True.
I just don't want to see it, man. It's like
I hear. Yeah, I know.
Just go away. Yes, you're a draw. Yes, you're the greatest of all time. We get it, but even Muhammad Ali just hung it up at one point. And then we get the ones that just happened yesterday. Bobby Fish, which he's an older guy. He was very injury prone in WWE. I don't get why everybody's making a big deal about this. I really am not. I'm surprised they didn't release this bastard sooner. Poor guy, but
yeah, I just go back to Ring of Honor and be the old grizzled Ring of Honor guy.
Yep. Bronson Reed, I have a theory about him. As I said, I think he goes to AEW. AEW right now, they have Bear Country, which they're about his size. I'm not saying he joins Bear Country, but the only reason why I bring it up is because Bear Country's not on the main show. They're not on Dynamite. AEW right now doesn't have the big, fat, strong guy that looks like he could just blow through everybody. They don't have their John Tenta.
Okay.
They don't have an earthquake. They don't have a typhoon. They don't have the big, back in the day it was Farmer Burns and you had the blimp and all that mess, going back to the old days.
Mm-hmm.
You need
that's good.
Yeah. And I can say this because I'm a bigger guy. And Bronson Reed, he's not just a big fat guy. He's a big fat guy that can actually fucking move and work.
Yep. Yeah,
AEW needs that.
Yeah, they do.
Because what's on their roster now? A bunch of fucking skinny motherfuckers. That Bronson Reed could come in there and snap as a like a fucking twig.
Yeah, why? I mean,
That's
Bear
my
Country,
problem
when they're in
with
the ring with
AEW.
some of those guys, they look ginormous.
For fucking AC, whose size still matters because of the way WWE has pounded that into you Northeastern guys' heads for decades. AEW has nobody of size on their roster.
Well, that's true. It's so true because I always think that every time I see a match. God, these guys are so small.
And then you come down here down south, and I'm the exact opposite. Here I am, a guy going, we had Flair and Tully and Arn, and none of these motherfuckers were real skinny twig bitches, and you had Piper and everybody like that.
Yeah.
And if we did see the fat guy, we're like, oh, it's the big fat guy, you know. I want AEW needs its fat guy. There's Bronson Reed. He just handed him to you. November 3rd, you could sign the motherfucker. Let's look here. Where's November 7th? Or November 6th, excuse me. November 7th is on a Sunday. So, Jake Atlas. That one surprised me. That's the last of the Evolve guys. And
I'm not sure who he is.
He was tag teaming with He was tag teaming with Ciampa there at the end, I believe. Which I'm surprised Ciampa's not on this list. As floundering as he's been in the last year.
Yeah, he's no spring chicken either way.
No, he's not. Not at all. There's a guy that needs to go back to Ring of Honor probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or MLW somewhere. I don't want to see him in AEW. Not everybody could go to AEW, folks. They have enough motherfuckers that they don't use as it is, and we'll get there in a minute.
Yep.
Referee Steven Smith. Leon Ruff, who nobody gave a fuck to begin with. That's what kills me about these dirt sheet pundits. They're crying all over these guys. Oh, it's a sad day, and this company don't know what the fuck it's doing. Yet these are the motherfuckers like Leon Ruff that you sat there each and every week and these dirt sheets are going, Triple H builds these guys, and he does such hard work, and he's got to be shaking his fist in his head at Vince. But yeah, you take a guy like Leon Ruff when he was being booked and being pushed to the moon, everybody's like, we don't want to see the motherfucker.
Yeah. And they won't care. They won't care in 2 weeks either way.
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a shit about the Ascension anymore.
No.
Yeah, just for example,
Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, she turned down Retribution to stay in NXT. Why the fuck do you think she got released? Because she turned down Retribution. She's probably going, thank God I turned down Retribution. And she's a smart girl for doing so because she knew what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you saw Retribution's gone? Didn't even make it a year.
It's amazing. It's amazing that they put time into the... See, this is my problem with WWE fans going, oh, yeah, you give AEW time to tell a story. They told a pretty long story with those guys, and it's dead. It was last year.
It was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
The vignettes
So why
were
would I
good.
give them... Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you sitting there as a WWE fan on Twitter going, oh, yeah, AEW fans can kiss my ass. Okay. All right. Well, how did you enjoy that Retribution angle? Was that good? Because they're gone.
How are you enjoying... that's another thing I'm going to get to here. I got to write this down, too. Hold on. Well, I'll bring it up now. Fuck it. And then we'll get back to the list. We'll get back to the list. Because we're almost... Let's get through the list here. Giant Zanir. Nah. Ari Sterling, don't know you. Kona Reeves, that one, I thought he was gone already. Asher Hale, no. Tyler Russ, they just debuted Tyler Russ with the Diamond Mine thing.
Oh, okay.
No, well, I guess which the Diamond Mine already lost in their second week, so they don't mean a fucking thing.
It's so funny, White. Listen, I've been watching the Olympics.
They're sad that if you're gonna bring up the guy who just won gold in wrestling, he's already DOA.
No. I've been watching the Olympics, but they're mainly NBC USA, so I've been clicking back and forth all week or past 2 weeks. And I did Wednesday night, not thinking that NXT was. I just lost track of the day, so I click over it Tuesday, whatever it was. And there's the Diamond Mine. I'm like, oh, there's Roddy Strong. And then I see he's wrestling Bobby Fish. And I'm thinking to myself...
Not anymore.
Yeah, true. And I'm thinking to myself, this is ROH 7 fucking years ago.
Yep.
I don't know what they're doing, White. So it's not developmental. How many matches does Roddy Strong need before he's TV ready? I mean, he's on TV already.
Well,
I'm watching him on TV. Okay, he's been on TV for years on ROH TV. So what is he developing into? For what?
Here's the theory, though, man.
I don't get it.
Here's the whole theory on that. The fucking deal about them going up there, how long is it going to take? They don't want to go up there because they know what's going to happen.
Well, they probably don't. But
that's why fucking Ciampa's still there. That's why Gargano is still there. They don't want to go back up there.
I get that. But why isn't Vince wanting any of them to come up?
Well, I don't think it's a matter of him not wanting to. I think it's a matter of they're telling him, no, I think I need some more seasoning down here. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then Vince McMahon has lost all his power.
Yep.
Okay, pal. I'll just roll with Shayna Baszler again.
Zachariah Smith, who didn't even make it to NXT TV. Desmond Troy is gone as well. So you talk about...
Oh, Snooty Fox is still there, though, right?
Snooty Fox is not there.
He should be there, Wyatt.
No.
I'm a big Snooty guy. You remember.
Honestly, Snooty is a guy who I could see them doing something with. He could join the Hit Row.
Seriously, White. I thought of him the other day. I have no idea why. So I did some Googling there.
I've been thinking about fucking CWF a lot lately and how much I miss it.
Yep.
Because that's the last great wrestling crowd that I can actually fucking tolerate to be around.
By the way, I went down a little CWF rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
And I looked in on CL Party. I looked in on her boyfriend there and some guys, Eric Andrews, just to see what they're doing. And it led me to Twitter. And CWF, I was looking at Statmark's Twitter. And I saw he had CWF Mid-Atlantic in an old tweet. Now, this is going back a few years, of course. But I clicked on CWF Mid-Atlantic, and their account is suspended. Why would that be?
They probably suspended it themselves. You could suspend a Twitter account and not deactivate it.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say, like, why the hell would they have been kicked off?
I haven't seen hide nor hair of CL Party or Eric Andrews at all since they went out of business.
Sad. White, they had a lot of talent.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So people talk about, you talk about people, WWE fans having, you don't want to develop stories, have fun sitting here looking at the old guys, and here they bring back Goldberg and they bring back John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
What about John Cena? Did you see this week where he pretty much told everybody, how can you hold them? How can you... how can you carry on when you're still bringing me back? How can you advance?
Yes.
But yet you're still taking that. You feel that way. You don't feel that way, motherfucker. If you really felt that way, you would tell them, no, don't use me. It's not about the money. It can't be about the fucking money.
Mm-mm.
You got 2 movies, both of which are #1 at the box office. And playing in the theater at the same fucking time right now. If I wanted to, I could go down to my local theater and buy tickets for both Fast 9 and the Suicide Squad.
Yep, and he has more coming already next year.
He's got a series coming based off that Peacemaker character, which I enjoyed. Suicide Squad, not the best movie James Gunn has ever done. But
I haven't seen it yet, but
don't watch it with a kid.
Okay.
Do not watch it with a kid. At all.
Damn it. All right.
At all. Seriously. It is bloody, gory. There's curse words. I mean, within the first few minutes of the movie, a guy's face literally gets blown off and you see a bird pecking at it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a really fun movie. It's a fun little popcorn movie. Is it the best superhero movie of all time? No. Does it have its issues? Yes. John Cena is fucking amazing in it.
Nice. Okay.
I will give credit where credit is due. John Cena is good. And I can't wait for that Peacemaker series.
For him to say that publicly, though, getting back to what he was saying, don't you think that he's warning them? Like, I'm going to throw this out there just so Vince can read this and realize that I'm not going to keep doing this.
he'd warned them. If anything, I'm hoping he's in Vince's ear, telling him, "Hey, Vince, if you want to, I don't mind coming back every now and then like this, but you can't use me as a crutch. Special attraction's one thing, crutch is another.
Yep.
You shouldn't.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Pandemic or no pandemic, you shouldn't have not have needed a shot in the arm like this. You shouldn't have needed it. If you would have built stars properly over the course of the last 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years, a shot in the arm like a John Cena would not be needed.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, White.
Also, Christian Cage and Mark Henry, they were not under contract. They went to AEW and they left WWE this year.
That's a lot of
people. So that's your list.
That's a lot of people. So, I don't know what the old man is thinking. I don't know if it's Nick Khan. He says he doesn't have the power that people think he does.
It's still Vince. At the end of the day, it all runs through Vince.
If it still all runs through Vince, I don't know what he's thinking.
Nick Khan could be, or Vince could be choosing to take Nick Khan's suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, folks, it's Vince. It's that 70-something-year-old crazy grandpa.
I mean, let me ask you this. The way Reigns has been booked, and I think we talked about this, but it never made air because of the producer at the time that was recording it, which was not you or me. Who's the guy to put? I mean, are they really going to put that title on Cena? Because that's not how you make a star. He's already a star.
Reigns has already beaten Cena. So what difference does this match really make? And again, it goes back to the old CM Punk thing of part of the reason why CM Punk left. You fucking put me over Taker. He's leaving. You put me over Brock. He's fucking leaving.
Mm-hmm.
You put me over you're jobbing me out. You job me out to Taker. He's gone. You job me out to The Rock. He's leaving. You job me out to Brock. He's leaving. There's nobody, and even when he did try to set up future programs for himself, like the Shield was his idea, they change it around.
Right.
They don't want to build anything for the future.
I don't get it.
I hope I don't wish death on nobody, but the day that this business will get saved is the day that we look on the dirt sheets and say, Vincent Kennedy McMahon passes away. That's the headline that's going to change the business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether that be the day that they finally say, okay, we don't want to deal with this, the board of directors doesn't want to deal with this, everything's collapsing, let's sell it, which is the day that it dies, or whether that's the day Triple H and Stephanie and Shane all get together and they find their fucking balls. Yes, even Stephanie finds her balls and uses them. And the best thing they could ever fucking do is take that company private again.
Yeah. I don't think they will, though.
No, they won't. But let's talk about...
It's bad, White.
Let's talk about Adam Cole.
Okay. Adam Cole, baby.
So, he has a meeting, like you said, last night at SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Get in here, Cole.
Did you read anything about how the meeting went?
No. Just saw that it was happening.
So, this is coming from Fightful Select. The word is that the meeting went well, and Vince was said to have taken a liking to Cole on a personal level. The meeting had apparently...
Oh, he finally met him.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah. Even though Cole did a big deal with the fucking NXT versus WWE Raw versus SmackDown bit 2 years ago.
Right.
According to Fightful Select, Cole recently signed an extension to work with NXT through SummerSlam weekend. Fightful has been informed that there have been pitches for Cole for both Raw and SmackDown over the last week if he were to re-sign. WWE sources say that it was communicated to Cole that he is wanted on the main roster. Sean Ross Sapp wrote the following on Twitter. This should go without saying that today's releases, which are the releases that happened yesterday, are not tied to Cole's contract negotiations. WWE is a billion-dollar company reporting record profits. Don't be weird. When will y'all learn, and these pundits learn, that they want to keep those record profits going, and the more fat that they could cut off, the more money it saves you.
Raises the bottom line.
Raises that bottom line, and that if the stockholders see that, then they're happy, and if the stockholders are happy, everybody's happy and making dividends and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm
here's the thing though, that I have a problem with, and it's not only Fightful Select, it's the dirt sheets and fans in general. They need to realize, like, we want you on the main roster. Well, here's how easy it is for Vince to get Adam Cole on the main roster. Triple H, I want Cole on the main roster. We're in Florida tonight. Make sure he's there by 8 o'clock. That's how fucking easy it is.
Yeah.
I don't understand how these people think, like, what, he has to be coerced? He works for the WWE. What are we talking about here? He's not some free agent. Not yet. He's under contract to WWE. He's going to go and work the match, not wrestle the match to try to win. He's going to work the match. And he's going to do that wherever Vince McMahon wants him to do. So I don't even know why that's in an article. I mean, can we understand what we're watching here? Like, Fightful, you're supposed to be reporting
on the business.
On the business.
Not the storylines, not the fucking, we wish. You're not playing fantasy fucking football.
Right. And neither is Vince. He owns a contract. He pays him. I don't get it.
And Adam Cole, well, I guess.
And in Adam Cole's defense, let's say Vince, and I don't know how they would know this, right? But let's say Fightful's like, okay, we heard that Vince wants him on the roster. Okay, well, maybe that's a drop quote from our future plans, Adam, are to have you on the roster as a main superstar on SmackDown. Okay, so giving Fightful the benefit of the doubt, if they're trying to entice Adam Cole with that verbiage, and he's going to say, well, I got a lot to think about, huh, Vince? Yeah, you're goddamn right, pal. Okay, that's how a meeting goes, right? That's a contract negotiation. If you're Adam Cole, you've been in NXT, and you had a brush with the main roster, like you said 2 years ago. Don't you sit there and you think to yourself, okay, I can re-up my contract, and I can sit here with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and it's a pretty sweet gig. Or I could go get paid probably 7 figures from a guy that's going to give me 7 figures, and he's going to pay me to work with my girlfriend and my best friends that I haven't worked with in, about 5 years.
Oh, man.
I mean, what do you do at that point?
Here's the thing. If I'm Adam Cole, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I've seen how this main roster operates because I've been to their TVs. I've seen how the creative process operates. And yeah, being down there, they just released one of my best friends in Bobby Fish. They released a bunch of fucking people today on the same day. You're walking out of that meeting, checking your phone, going, whoa, 2 of these guys are here backstage ready to work on 205 Live, and they just cut them.
Yeah.
And I heard today just because they signed you. Look at what happened to the Good Brothers. They signed them to a brand new 5-year deal. 6 months later, you're gone.
Right.
These deals don't mean shit unless you go, I want a no-cut clause. I want a no-cut clause. You can't cut me for this 5 years, and you have to pay me as long as I show up for work and do what you want me to do. You have to pay me. Oh, and by the way, I want a little creative freedom in there. I get me and you sit down and we get final approval. We have to come to a deal on our storylines. Mm-hmm. The ball that'll never happen. The creative thing, never.
Right.
WWE will go tell him to piss up a rope.
Yep.
But fucking Adam Cole right now, the ball is in Adam Cole's court.
Yep.
Do I want to re-sign with WWE? Yeah, they're gonna put me on Raw. They're gonna put me on SmackDown. But here's the WWE side of things. Yeah, they're gonna put me on Raw and SmackDown, and they're gonna make me the champ. But what happens? What happens 6 months in?
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna be fucking on main event every week?
That's a
Wrestling Mansoor.
It's a good thought. Yep.
Gonna be making a lot of money though, because I'll be making that main roster money.
Mm-hmm.
Or main roster money's good. Got a family to support. Maybe I want to knock the wife up. Maybe I want to give her her own dental practice to where she could quit this business. It takes money to do that. Or, do I want to stay in NXT and lollygag around there doing the same cycle where I'm the champion and I'm chasing the title, or somebody's chasing me, or I'm in a third-rate storyline over and over and over, performing in front of the same people each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's AEW, and yeah, the fucking money mark down there, he's going to pay me a lot of money. He's going to pay me a lot of money. Going to milk him for every damn dime he'll give me. And yeah, my wife is down there, and my elite friends are down there, but yeah, they're going to debut me strong, and I could show up there fucking, SummerSlam is on the 21st. But look what's happening on the 20th, Edwards. What's happening on the 20th?
Is there any show going on, or?
Rampage is there.
Oh,
Chicago.
Rampage. Chicago? What could possibly be special about that, White?
Yeah, and what's happening in September when they go to New York to that Arthur Ashe Stadium? What's been rumored to happen there?
Well, somebody else going to be there?
Yeah.
Huh.
So if I'm going to... I just became a small fish in a really big fucking pond. Do I want to go down there? Yeah, I'll have creative freedom and all that, but are they really going to main event me at all down there? No.
No.
He's going to be completely overshadowed by Punk and Danielson and Omega and everybody. He's going to be... This is what people don't get about AEW, and he'll be a big star. No, he won't. He's going to be just another guy. He'll be bumbling around like a stumble bum with the elite. The only...
White, they have a pretty big roster as is.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this.
You just fucking missed. Just got your text.
What's funny, White? What?
Edwards loves to post me a random fucking meme of Tony Khan every day, whether it be on Twitter or fucking texting. Which goes back to the video I posted. Thank you, Botchamania, by the way. That's where I got those 2 clips from. Did you see the fucking...
Oh, the Married with Children was amazing.
If you haven't
and
seen
you have
it,
Meltzer coming up behind.
Meltzer's with the dog as Bud. The dog's name was Bud, right?
Yep.
He comes in as Bud.
Or no, the kid was Bud.
The
right?
kid was Bud. What was the dog's name? Oh, man.
I can't remember. You might have to look that up.
I am going to look it up right now because it's worth looking up.
Wait, I'm going to go on a coffee run.
Go ahead.
All right.
Let me know when you're back.
Yep.
It was Buck. So, that's the thing, folks, as Edwards goes and gets his coffee. And that's what everybody, to Fightful and Solid Monster and everybody else's credit. They're giving both sides of the coin, but I don't think they're countering that AEW side near as much as they should be. Yeah, you could go there. You could do goofball signs with the Elite. You could do your Twitch deal. You could do, anything you want to do. But there's going to be a ceiling there once Punk and Danielson comes in that's going to be very hard to break through. Very hard to break through. So I don't know if I don't know where he's going to go. if I'm him, I go ahead and go to AEW. I make a ton of money. I maybe get pushed more than, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? As we wait for Edwards to get back here. Buck the dog. It was Buck the dog. And he was previously known as Mike the dog. And apparently the dog was born in 1983 and passed away in 1996. He was a Briard. And apparently they killed him off on the show. He appeared in 117 episodes of the show. After 9 years, he was retired, and his character was replaced with Lucky Bundy. Lucky was a poodle, I think. It's also implied that Lucky the dog was gay.
Lucky White.
Well, the dog's name was Buck.
Buck. Okay.
And then Buck died, and they replaced him with Lucky.
Okay.
But the dog with Meltzer's tongue sticking out, going.
Yeah, that was a good video.
And then you follow that up with Nick.
Good stuff, White.
Oh man, but yeah. So, dude, if I'm at the end of the day, if it's me, if I'm Adam Cole, I go to AEW.
Okay.
I go to AEW.
I do too, I think.
You're gonna get paid now. Now we're gonna say that, and we're gonna read 9 times out of 10 that he's re-signed with WWE, and then for 5 years. And after that 5 years is up, in 2020, what is it? 6?
Yep.
Yeah, 2026. He's not gonna re-sign with them, or before then they'll release him. And you'll hear the exact same thing that Tommy End and all these other released guys have said. It's creatively stifling. We pitch our ideas. Everything changes every other minute. Everything was good down in NXT. And then you get called up and the old man just won't listen to you. Blah, blah, blah.
Yep. And honestly, White, if I'm the old man, now I've been wrong because I thought he's cut Bray Wyatt. So I thought he was a Bray Wyatt guy.
Everybody says that's budget cuts, and I'm sorry, that proves right there that he's listening to old Shad Khan.
You mean Nick Khan?
Nick Khan. Shad Khan's the other one. Shad Khan's a Saddam Hussein lookalike. Nick Khan's the one that works for WWE. Okay.
Right. Shad's the
father
the money,
of Tony.
the bank.
The bank.
Yes. Yeah, so anyway, do you really think Vince thinks Adam Cole's the guy to, go toe-to-toe with Roman for the next 5 years? Because I don't.
If they book him properly, Adam Cole could be your next Shawn Michaels.
100%.
Adam Cole has he's the same size practically. Shawn was maybe a little bit bigger, taller.
Yeah, he's taller.
Like everybody's sitting here marking out over this guy in the Olympics that just won the gold medal in wrestling.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though.
Gable Stevens, I think his name is?
Stevenson.
Gable Stevenson, you know who he looks like? He looks like he's the same size and stature as Chad Gable. And what did they do with Chad Gable? They called him Shorty G.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe, why? He's got an Olympic gold medal. Unless they push him to the moon and make him the next Kurt Angle, they're going to flounder him because he's not 7 foot tall.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Vince, though. He might fast track a guy like that. If he wants to do it, he'll get him in, he'll pay him, he'll put him in NXT for a month, and then just move him to the main.
I think it's going to be more than a month. I mean, you build his ass up for a year. I want a gold freaking medal without a broken fucking neck. Have him be that guy. But no, pal. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you as Kurt Angle as your manager.
Matter of fact, bring Gable back.
Bring Gable back.
I got an idea. I Got an idea, pal.
And we're gonna bring Brock in to be your heavy, to be your
Where's
bodyguard
Shelton?
because you're
Is Shelton here?
Sheldon's still there, I think.
Where's that Shelton guy that used to work here? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Who's the black guy that spoke up and said something and Vince called him Shelton because he did not know who his fucking name was?
What?
You didn't hear that story?
No.
They're all in a big talent meeting. And fucking Vince is one of the African American guys on the roster speaks up and asks a question. And Vince looks at him and goes, very glad you asked that, Shelton.
Wow.
Yeah. Goddamn, pal. So many motherfuckers around here, you all look alike, regardless of your color.
You're all Shelton to me, pal.
Yeah. Fucking, he's going to be on his deathbed, and Vince is going to bring Triple H is going to bring the granddaughters. He's going to look right up at fucking Triple H and go, Shelton, is that you?
Oh, boy.
All right, let's talk about the speaking out thing.
Yeah. Who are we speaking out against?
Oh, let me get to it. Hold on, I got to get to it here. If it's still available, I got to scroll through and find it because nobody made a big deal out of it yesterday, but it's out there, and it's a guy who's getting a lot of attention, and has the potential that if this cancel culture bullshit gets to him. You know, my last video on the channel was all about cancel culture, and here we go again, Edwards. Here we go again.
Can't escape it, White. Every day. Every day.
In June of 2020, during the hashtag Speaking Out movement, this comes from NoDQ.com, by the way.
Okay.
Twitter user Holly Cromwell, who's a pro wrestler, wrote that she was abused but did not name the person that she was accusing of misconduct. Here's her statement from 2020.
Okay.
It's been really hard to formulate this. Oh. Sorry, my nose is running. It says it's been really hard to formulate this. I've always been afraid because people wouldn't believe me or say, "Oh, it's not that bad." Thinking of it makes me relive so many bad things. Between 2016 and 2017, I had an on-again, off-again relationship with another wrestler. He ruined my mental health on a lot of things that I'm still struggling with.
Okay.
God. He would talk about my family as if they were every problem I have in my life. He would get upset and scream and yell at me and treat me like his personal punching bag. Parentheses, he never laid a hand on me. Just mental punching bag. It got to the point where I was so disassociated and walking on eggshells all the time that I did not say much, and if I didn't reply how he wanted to, I would get screamed at. He would tell me if I didn't do the things he wanted me to do, he was going to leave. Let him go. Anyway, I lived in constant fear and still have fear to this day. That if I do one bad thing, don't listen to one thing, don't do everything that this makes no sense. This woman can't type. That someone asks of me, that anyone will leave me on the spot. Basically, is what she's saying. That if I don't do what anybody else tells me to do, they're going to leave me. And I'm assuming she means man-wise.
Right.
He also would threaten to leave me if I didn't have sex with him or do sexual things and perform sexual acts with him. Took me a long time to realize that threatening someone to have sex with you isn't consent, it's rape. How is
Right. This is her boyfriend who she could have broken up with, right?
Yeah, exactly. She could have walked away, because the world is we're all supposed to be strong females now, but yet when it comes time for us to be strong females, we can't be strong females.
Keep going.
I struggle with it to this day and have so many fears around sex, around intimacy. I will not be naming any names because I don't feel comfortable doing so. Well, then why the fuck are you saying anything? It's the blind item stories. Such and such, a unnamed person threw a shoe today at the Pope. It's a blind item story. I just want to show that this never broke me. Well, it sure sounds like you fucking did. That I'm stronger for going through something like this that I shouldn't have had to. Well, if you're stronger for it now and it didn't break you, let it go. On Friday, this past Friday, Cromwell retweeted her statement and name dropped Darby Allin. Allen's name ended up trending on Twitter shortly thereafter, and Cromwell wrote the following. I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired, and I don't care anymore. Obviously, you're not that strong. Obviously, it broke you. Seek help. Anyway, going on. Darby Allin abused me. He abused me, and I'm sick and tired of being called a liar by quote-unquote fans who have no idea the shitty person he really is. Here we go. Somehow no one remembers. I'll never forget how you treated me like shit. Cromwell also shared a direct message from last year that was allegedly from Allen's ex-wife, Priscilla Kelly.
Hot.
Tampon. Anyway. A.K.A. Gigi Dolan, who's in NXT right now.
Right.
It says, you should really delete that tweet. I know you didn't name names. However, it's not hard to figure out who you're referring to. Let me get personal here. I was sexually assaulted when I was younger. I cannot stomach the thought of being in the same room as that person, let alone attempting to befriend their wife as you did with me. There's much more context than you're letting on, and it's not right to potentially bury someone with lack of context and information just to gain sympathy for yourself or relevancy. It may have been a bad relationship, but there is no room for you to make statements considering it to be quote-unquote rape. Especially considering you were the one begging him to be with you after breaking up numerous times. Understand what you are doing when you make statements like this and what you're talking about. There are two sides to this, and I know who I am married to. While he may not be perfect, he is not a rapist or sexually abusive. Good on you, Priscilla Kelly.
Okay, so just for clarification, for people listening, Priscilla is a woman who is talking to Holly, who is another woman.
Yes.
Saying this, okay.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make that clear.
Also, this Cromwell goes, also for anyone saying his ex said he changed, here's her attacking me for saying my rape isn't valid because it didn't happen like hers, and completely disregarding the fact that I was under his thumb and stuck with the abuse. You're never stuck, women.
That's moving the goalpost.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't... Go to the fucking cops now.
Exactly.
And bring him up on rape charges then.
Why aren't...
Sorry, he can't be a threat. You're tweeting it, Miss Holly. You're tweeting it on Twitter. You can't be that fucking scared of Darby Allin. So go to the fucking cops now. Just do it now. Somebody get this message to her. Go to the cops, because we can't have a serial rapist, quote unquote, running around the streets of Florida. So go. If you're that confident, go to the police. Go. Come on, White.
It's the Me Too thing. Look at Me Too. He did it to me too. It makes me wonder how many of these were fucking made up.
White, listen, this is the problem with all of this. Look, I don't know Darby Allin from anybody, okay? He may be the biggest dick on earth. I don't fucking know. But that right there, that's a problem. And people are going to read that shit and think Darby Allin is a rapist. Because they don't know the whole context, like Priscilla Kelly just said. So without that context, you're throwing an accusation at another human being. Forget he has a dick. Another human being. And you're saying that he raped you. And you're so scared, but you feel safe enough to tweet it. Give me a fucking break. If anybody needs re-education, it's that. It's that person right there.
I mean...
Jesus Christ,
if somebody came up and raped my ass, why would I be afraid to speak out? I'm not going to announce it on Twitter. I'm going to go to the fucking cops and hope and pray that the police report lands on PW Insider's website or something.
Ay, with this.
Go to the fucking cops. Twitter, and you know, I'm so sick and tired of the whole cancel thing. Like, they did it with fucking, oh man, what's his name? Whoop, whoop, what's his fucking name?
Marty.
Marty, they did it with Marty. Marty hasn't been seen in a year.
Nope. And oh, by the way, Marty didn't do anything illegal. He's gone. He's gone.
He fucked a woman.
He's gone.
He fucked a woman in the UK who, as of UK standards, is of legal age or was of legal age right now, at the time.
Yes.
The same way that me, Joe White, can go out and screw an 18-year-old girl. It's legal if she consents to it.
Yep. It's a shame.
SSC, safe, sane, consensual. As long as that applies, I could go fuck any 18-year-old woman I want to legally. Now it'll get me divorced. It'll get me in a mess of trouble.
Well, yeah, you might not want to do it, but
I might not want to do it, but I could, and as long as it's safe, sane, and consensual. What do we have to do now? Is it going to get to the point where every fucking we're going to have to carry around contracts?
Yeah.
Saying, okay, sign this. This gives me permission to fuck you, and you're consenting for me to fuck you. Was it gonna have to be like fucking the 50 Shades of Grey contracts? I could do this. I could do this. You know. It's like that college in Yellow Springs, Ohio, that Dave Chappelle's father taught at or mother taught at. So Yellow Springs, Ohio, right out of Cincinnati. It's a hippie town, and they invented that ask every step of the way. May I kiss your breasts? You know? Come on. Demolition Man is coming, man. I'm telling you. The Demolition Man world is coming. Soon we're not going to be able to touch each other at all.
It's already here, White.
Where are you going?
White, I'm across the room.
I know. I hear that.
Demolition Man's already here, White. In certain aspects.
I mean, next thing
but hey, whatever,
I mean,
that's why we have a legal system.
But they don't want to go through the legal system.
No. That to me sounds like I could have my own thoughts about it. You could have your own thoughts about it. But for Priscilla Kelly to say what she said, I mean, that's right. If you have an abuser, or you know someone that has an abuser, you know that they are so fucked up by it that they don't want to think about that person, let alone try and befriend their current wife in this scenario.
And let me say this right now so people don't think we're completely fucking heartless.
Yeah.
If you're a victim of rape, man, woman, in between, whatever the fuck you identify, whatever your pronoun is, and you've been raped, sexually assaulted, sexually abused, go call the police. They have these things called rape kits that can tell if you've been raped or not. They will scan your schnabitzes, and they can tell whether you've been violated. And then you tell the police it was him. And chances are they'll get some form of this person's DNA off your schnabitz.
Yep.
Or
see, that's why I said at one point continue, because I wanted to hear where you were going with it. As soon as you said Priscilla Kelly, I thought, okay, here we go. Now the truth's gonna come.
Yep. And
that sounds like crazy ex-girlfriend right there.
And as much as I don't like Priscilla Kelly for the tampon spot, I like Gigi Dolan. It's a full 180 compared to what Priscilla Kelly is. Let me tell you that.
They cleaned
right
her up,
now.
I guess, huh?
Oh, did they ever?
Okay. I haven't seen her since she signed there.
I mean, I like what they're doing with her. I mean, here's it's a complete 180. I'll freaking send you this on Skype if it'll let me.
Okay. I'm gonna click the chat gimmick white. I'm gonna wait for it to come in.
She's the one with the red hair. So she still she doesn't even look like Priscilla Kelly anymore.
Not really.
And they're damn sure not going to let her do a fucking tampon spot.
How's the work? Is she any better work-wise?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she wasn't bad, but when we were, seeing her, she was, 20? Barely.
Did you see, speaking of Darby Allin, not a lot of people did this or noticed this, but I did. They kept showing shots of it, and I'm just like, keep the camera on this. This is now the best part of his entrance. Have you seen Darby Allin's new Tron video?
I don't think I noticed it.
It's fucking amazing. It reminds me of old school Steamboat Willie Cuphead animation.
Oh, I love that. I'm
going to retweet it now and tag you and AC in it, actually. Rooster Teeth did it. Bleeding for Truth. So now they made a cartoon out of the supposed rapist, so we must cancel him, and Rooster Teeth, and AEW, and TNT, and everybody associated with him, and he can never fucking work again. That's what kills me about these guys, like a Joey Ryan. Now, Joey Ryan, I believe, when you have fucking that many women coming out, yeah, okay, I kind of believe that.
Right.
But does that mean that if he should never fucking work again? There's fans of, okay, and what's the difference between that and Sammy Guevara, who got a slap on the fucking wrist? He got his salary deducted for a month and got donated to charity, and he fucking had to go through sensitivity training, which he pretty much sat there and rolled his eyes at, probably. Let's be real, folks.
Probably.
But he gets to keep working, and he gets to keep having a job. But then you have somebody like Marty Scurll, who's probably fucking ringing up fucking groceries right now at Tesco's to pay his bills when he's far more fucking talented and could be making money entertaining you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Gina Carano thing. I said, look, I don't care what this woman thinks about her politics or does in her personal life. Her job is, she entertains me. It's not my place to worry about what that person does in their personal life. It's none of my business. And then I constantly get the classic thing on Twitter. So you're saying that if it came out in the news that she was a pedophile and they always pull that fucking card, man. Would you support her then if you found out she was a baby rapist? And part of me wants to go, does it hurt her ability to act?
How does that apply though? Because Gina Carano isn't a fucking baby rapist.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's the problem with these people. Like, and it's going to take a corporation or a company or Tony Khan or Vince or whoever. It's going to take somebody to realize that the people that inundate Twitter, oh, we got 500,000 negative reviews about Marty Scurll, so we better fucking fire him. Okay, what did you get? 500,000? 1 million? 2 million? You know how many fucking people are in this country? You're dealing with a small percentage of people on Twitter between an age. No, wait. There's 1 billion people in the fucking world. For me to fire Marty Scurll, it's going to take a lot more than whatever in the wrestling community is tweeting at me. And that's what it's going to take to stop this shit.
Yeah.
Who cares if Gina Carano's a fucking anti-vax fucking Trump supporter? I don't fucking care. As long as she's on TV on Star Wars entertaining my ass. I don't care. I don't care what she tweets. Why do you care? Not you, but why do these people care?
So...
Well, she's a Trump supporter. I can't have her on Star Wars. Shut the fuck up. You don't know everybody. You You don't think Harrison Ford's a capitalist? Fuck off. Disney's fucking capitalist. What are you complaining about? You're tweeting on an iPhone, you fucking morons. That somebody bought you because you don't pay for it for yourself. Jesus Christ. These people, they're such hypocrites, White. They're such hypocrites. And for the record, I'll say, White, if somebody does something illegal, it's a complete other different question. You don't want criminals working for you. But my God, in the Carano, she tweeted something about Nazism or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Who cares?
It's anti-Semitic. Well, part of what she kind of tweeted out was fucking true. There were fucking Jews, to save their own ass, would turn in their neighbors.
Yeah.
There were Jews.
Yeah, White.
There were Jews actually in that part of the world during the time that liked Hitler. Just like there's white there's black guys that are pro-Trump. Get this, there's white guys that are pro-Biden.
It doesn't come down to that. And that's the problem. People forget, like, that humans are individuals.
Yeah.
You know? Black guy could like something that you don't think black guy does. And if you do act like that, then you're a fucking racist.
Newsflash. Newsflash. White people like fried chicken too.
Yeah. I love me some fried chicken.
Black people love spaghetti. I mean, come on.
Stop with this.
Oh,
but
God,
anyway, White, this is where we are. This is where we are, especially in America, especially on something social media driven like wrestling.
We're in demolition land.
We're in demolition land. And all I'm saying is, if I'm an owner of a company, if I'm Favreau, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm going to say, look, Sammy, Gina, whatever, if you want to apologize, I would like you to apologize because it's going to save me the fucking headache. But if you don't apologize, whatever. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard for a major corporation to have a Twitter account and tweet shit, but not actually read things. I mean, there's a reason why, CM Punk got, and I hate to keep bringing it back to him, but.
No, you don't, White, and I'm okay with it.
He got, I love that guy. I'm sorry.
So do I.
If I was ever a gay man, he would be the one. I'm just saying. If, and that's a big if. Big if.
White just confessed his love.
Oh, man. It's a good-looking guy. I'm not going to lie. He is. Oh, boy. Anyway.
Awesome.
Joe just turned into Herbert the pedophile from Family Guy. Oh, boy. Where's that Pepsi guy? Oh, there he is. Hey,
so would it be Joe Brooks or Phil White? Because I kind of like Phil White.
I kind of like Phil White, too. Oh, I'd have to be the top in the situation.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Oh, no, there we go. I'll get called an ist and a phobe and everything else.
It's such bullshit, White.
How dare you joke about sucking CM Punk's dick?
Hey, whatever. You just admitted it.
I knew it, Joe White.
Well, I know your game, Joe White.
I knew your game, Joe White.
I know your game with a Y. Game.
Game. Gay-do.
Oh, White. I don't know.
I'm not going to lie. Just like if Flip Gordon all of a sudden professed his love to AC, he'd be like, I'm down. Because I know AC's going to hear this and he's going to be like, oh, Joe White said he's gay for CM Punk. I know it's coming, AC.
Oh, something's coming.
Something's coming. Right into Phil's mouth. But bing. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
See, that's the thing people don't get is that I could joke about myself. I'm the first one to cut a promo on and pull a rib on myself.
Yeah.
Because it's entertaining. It's entertaining to joke about shit like this.
People have no sense of humor anymore.
Have you ever seen the show or heard of the Broadway musical Avenue Q?
No.
Oh, you've never heard of Avenue Q?
Mm-mm.
It's like Muppets, but you could see the people performing the Muppets.
Okay.
Like, you ever heard the song? It's now a meme. The internet is for porn.
Yeah.
That's from Avenue Q.
Okay. All right.
And one of the quote unquote puppets in that movie, because you actually imagine Sesame Street rated R, but you could actually see Kevin Clash performing Elmo.
Okay.
You know, which he doesn't do that anymore. But anyway, because cancel culture. But fucking, there's a puppet in there who's gay, clearly gay, and he sings a song called "If I Were Gay." You know, and he's like, "If I were gay, I'd do this, and I'd suck your dick and everything if I were gay." But then he abruptly goes, "But I'm not gay." You know? So, fucking, just to let everybody out there know, I'm a straight white man. Heaven forbid. I love the fact that I was born with a cock. And I love Phil Brooks. I can't help it.
There you go.
I see that man wrestle, and it just does things to me.
Cult of personality worked.
That's right.
Yep.
I mean, but the thing is, though, here, you know, and it goes back. Let's talk about Punk for a second.
Okay.
And I think I asked you this, and it didn't get recorded. How do you debut him? I want to hear this. I want to hear your thing. I don't remember what you said the other night because I wasn't able to go back and listen. My memory is
the only
fucked,
the only thing I said was I'd keep him away from the belt.
See,
I would not put him with Omega.
I'm right there with you. At least not for a year. You know, him and Omega are Brett and Sean, and him and Danielson are Brett and Sean.
Yeah, I would keep all those guys away from each other and build it. Because if it's in the background, it's just going to add to the, okay, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? I think Punk, I would feed him a couple guys. Like Darby, for example.
Oh, we
he
can't.
cut that promo, said best in the
rapist.
world, whatever.
We can't feed him a rapist now. Come on.
Well, true. Well, maybe somebody else. But I would love to see like some young guys go up against them, like Jungle Boy Brian, Jungle Boy Punk.
And I even brought up the Jungle Boy deal on on my podcast, which the Labors of Jericho. That I was way off on that one, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, so was I. Yeah, I didn't see Wardlow as the fourth.
I'm disappointed in that. Again,
yeah, a little bit.
Booker of the Year.
Yep.
And then the fifth labor is fucking him. The fifth labor is fucking MJF.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
So you're going to have the fourth labor next week. And then, that gives you fucking 1, 2, 3. 3 Wednesdays. If you're smart, you only do their little feud on Dynamite and you save the world title feud for like Rampage. Somebody was asking, somebody asked Cornette the other day, should they split the roster since they're going to have Rampage? Rampage is only an extra hour a week.
Yeah. I was thinking that, but then I realized it was only a 1 hour show.
And if
I think they have enough people that they'd probably be able to have two hour shows, but no.
I bet you they're wishing that it was an earlier time slot because you're basically going to have to get people into an arena at 8 o'clock, do 2 hours of a fucking show, and then expect them to sit around for that hour of TV that goes live. I know they said that they're going to tape it a lot. Then you got to worry about spoilers getting out there, which it doesn't matter. AEW, I mean, they had spoilers leak out for episodes of Dynamite during the pandemic era.
That's true. Matter.
Yeah. But like the one coming up in Pittsburgh this week, they're gonna fucking do that. And how are they gonna do that at Wednesday night at 10 o'clock because it's Eastern time? They're gonna go live. Are they telling fans, hey, 9 o'clock showtime? Who the fuck is going to see? Well, I mean, I don't know. I go to late night movies,
I wonder if they're gonna do. Yeah, it's live, but is it gonna be delayed live?
Yeah, if they're smart, that's
You
the
know what I
way they
mean?
do it. Is it quote unquote WWE live where we tape it an hour before?
Right,
Like
right, right.
Saturday, I brung it up on my show. Saturday
Oh, you
Night
said Saturday
Live.
Night Live the other
Yeah,
night. Yeah, yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
Night Live is not live.
Right.
It's always been taped at like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then they edit it together and throw it up there. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Read the fucking thing. It says previously recorded. You know? But I mean, with the Punk thing, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know, I don't know, man. And AC, to a certain point, he's right. I don't get the whole Young Bucks thing where it's supposed to annoy you to the point where you really hate them.
Oh, I get his point.
I get his point, but I was annoyed with them long before this shit. So they've always annoyed the piss out of me.
See, I think they're doing it purposely because they know we would think they were cool if they just played Bullet Club. But what they're doing, it's not cool. It's not even cool in a bad way that we hate them. It's just stupid.
It's not like the Triple H 2000 fucking 3-4 reign of terror where it's annoying to the point where you just can't wait to see him lose, you know?
Right.
Newsflash, they have lost. So, I mean, I think the Bucks have lost a match.
I mean, they're wearing Hawaiian shirts and shit. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cool.
I don't think it's annoying. I think
it's annoying. It's stupid.
It's not annoying heat with me. It's X-Pac heat.
Yes, it's X-Pac heat.
Go the
exactly.
fuck away. I've never wanted to see you. Cornette even did a video, and I know I keep bringing up Cornette. Oh, God, Joe's Cornette. Yes.
I don't care why.
Cornette has valid fucking points today. Sorry. He still has a mind for the business. And somebody asked him, if the Young Bucks went away, would AEW still be just as strong? Yeah. Cody's going away, apparently. What'd you think about that?
I think he's just doing it for the TV show.
A lot of people have said maybe this is his way of kind of stepping back. You know, Tony Khan, to his credit, has said, we are going to do our best to make new stars. You're not going to see the same old guys on TV for 10 years. Do you think, and yes, Punk and Bryan are old guys, but they're new to AEW, and there are people who have never seen CM Punk wrestle before, folks.
True, yeah.
You know, if you hadn't seen it, it's new to you. So, is him stepping away, Cody, could he be stepping away when he said, you know, the retirement thing, he says he wants to leave by the time he's 40, and I don't think he's but like 34, 35 now.
Mm-hmm.
But sooner or later, do you think we'll see Cody, the Bucks, Omega, maybe phase out over time to let new guys in? Like a Bronson Reed, a Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy even.
Eventually they will, I'm sure. But, I mean, to Cody's credit, I think he's done it to a fault, personally.
Yeah.
But he's been in the background, I think.
I listened to the conference call that he did with all the dirt sheets prior to Wednesday. He did this on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
He flat out said, I don't want to be a heel. I don't have a heel bone in my body, which, don't kid yourself, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then somebody also brought up the point of him not wanting to win the belt. He does not want to wear that damn title. And I'm just sitting there going, why? You're leaving money on the fucking table.
Yeah, we talked about this so many times on Cool Truth, me and AC, since AEW started. Because you had Omega and Hangman as the tag champs. Didn't really make sense to me because the Bucks are there. All right, whatever. You had Kenny staying away purposely from the main title, and you had Cody staying away purposely from the main title. And it came down to, we all got excited because Bullet Club, because Elite, they do their own company, and now they're booking themselves purposely to keep it open for other people. And I didn't understand that. I thought we would get a title reign with Cody.
We wanted a title reign with Cody.
I mean, it took a year for Kenny to get in the main program. I'm like, why? Why are they doing this? He's the star. Cody's the star. And they're not booking themselves like stars. And it's funny, White, because if you remember, Stardust left WWE because he was stuck in the mid-card and he didn't like it anymore.
Well, also, the reason why it took a year for Kenny to win the title and a year for the Bucks to win the tag titles and why Cody is in the stipulation, I guarantee you the main reason why is because they didn't want to face the criticism from people out there going, well, of course they booked themselves to be the champions. It's their promotion. That's the whole reason why they did it.
Probably. But then again, when it came down to it, Cody decided to book himself like Vince did.
Yeah. What the fuck are you wrestling for if you can't wrestle for the title? I mean, and I saw a video out there of a guy going, well, they're using Cody as a way to make new stars. It doesn't hurt Cody by losing like this. Motherfuckers, he lost to goddamn Brody Lee in a squash. He's now lost to fucking Malachi Black in a squash.
Mm-hmm. He did that program with QT and Anthony Ogogo. I liked Ogogo, right? So they gave him that Cody rub. Eyes got on Anthony Ogogo. Where the fuck's he been? So why did you do it?
Working on Dark.
So
why fucking watches?
Why have the program if you're going to use Cody like that, and then not put the guy on a run after he goes over or rubs with Cody? I don't understand it. I haven't seen him White since.
He's on Dark.
I don't watch Dark.
Neither do I. The only time people watch Dark is when Max Caster's on there spitting stupid shit. Which, now we got to edit that off. We got to edit that off. And Tony Khan, who fucking can't be a goddamn owner, who spreads himself too thin because he hires 44 fucking people more than he should. And he fucking goddamn has 3 TV shows more than he should. If you're going to have Dark Elevation and you're going to have Big Show calling it, fine. Get rid of that other Dark show. You have Dynamite, Rampage, you have Dark. That's all you need. Keep Dark as your developmental. I like the idea of Dark being your developmental. I like the idea of Dark being your NXT.
I don't think they even need it, honestly.
And here's another kicker that nobody's talking about. What's getting ready to happen at the first of the year with them, Jeff?
With what? AEW?
With AEW as a whole.
Oh, they're doing the switchy network thing.
But what else are they doing starting next year? 4 times a year, they're going to have network specials on TNT like Clash of the Champions.
Yeah. Okay.
Which you're going to have to start treating as pay-per-views. So, I mean, that's going to spread them even more thin. Because then you're going to have, you're going to have 2 hours or an hour and a half of Dark, an hour and a half of Elevation. Sometimes those shows are 2 hours apiece. So you might as well say that's 3 hours of TV there between the two. You got Dynamite, which is 2 hours. And then you got Rampage, which is 1 hour, 5 hours. People criticize WWE for having 5 hours of TV every week and saying it's too much.
Oh no, White. I agree. It's way too much. I would rather have 2 hours of Rampage and just cut the YouTube shit.
And then let's say, okay, you have that 5 hours, and then let's say you have a Clash of the Champions on top of that. That's probably another 2 hours. That's 7 hours of fucking TV in 1 week from these guys. Well, guess what? You got an 85-man roster to fill it, so have at it.
That's true. And you don't want to do too many big matches a year, White. Because right now I like it. I like that they have 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
like 4 main pay-per-views.
Yeah. You have your big 4, and that's it. That's all you need.
But if they treat those super shows on TNT like they're pay-per-views, well, then you might as well just do pay-per-views.
Yeah. But they got to give TNT something because they're giving them a shit ton of money to be on those networks.
Right.
And then they're going to TBS. Which half people probably don't even know TBS still exists. The only thing TBS does is rerun episodes of Family Guy and Big Bang Theory all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
TBS is.
You know what I used to watch TBS for back in the day?
Hmm.
Captain Planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Captain Planet White.
Voiced by LeVar Burton. One of them was LeVar Burton. One of the guys was it Captain Planet was not LeVar Burton, but one of the kids was.
No, he was on there though.
One of the kids was LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
But they.
White, he was blind on Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Until the movies hit and they did the chip.
Yes.
And then he fucking went to that planet in Insurrection and got young again and could see. He got healed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you see where he hosted Jeopardy the other week? Did a fantastic fucking job too.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard what did he say? I think he said he was born to host Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like he's a big Jeopardy mark.
They're gonna put some other white dude in there. When I'm sorry, it should be LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton should be the host of Jeopardy. Who better? You know.
The only guy that I liked was the guy that was the champ.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh man, Pete Jennings, Ken Jennings,
Greg, Steve what is it? Ken Jennings.
Ken Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good.
I thought he would have been the no-brainer. But if you want to go Burton, I'll watch it with Burton.
Hell yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch anything with LeVar Burton, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Reading Rainbow was the shit.
Yeah.
I like how.
Wait, we're on LeVar Burton now.
Yeah.
2 hours in.
That's a sign to wrap it up, I think.
It might be.
But no, I mean, you know, the whole the Darby Allin thing really surprised me yesterday, and NoDQ.com is the only site that really picked up on it.
So did AEW say anything? Did Khan say anything about it?
No, because it never got any real traction. NoDQ.com is where I saw it.
Okay.
There are some comments here: guilty and proven until proven innocent. And that's the only. They have 52 comments here. Let me see here, and this is on NoDQ.com.
Okay.
Guilty until proven innocent, I guess. Somebody put in the court of public opinion, yeah. Somebody goes, hey, officer, my ex-boyfriend was a jerk. Somebody here goes, I do think the Priscilla Kelly stuff is kind of odd. Like, why would you try to be buds with the dude's wife if he was so damaging? Did all of this only dawn on her years after the fact? Somebody put here, I don't trust her. Right now, it's a he said, she said. We'll see what happens if or when actual evidence comes out. Somebody's saying here, I know that sometimes, some cases, there isn't enough evidence. That's why she should have went to the police and got a rape kit done. And get this, just like, you know, it's not actual fucking rape if you consent to it, which you still
that's the
did.
thing. There won't be evidence because he didn't do anything wrong.
What is he? I mean, you know, if
she's accusing him of being a jackass that mentally destroyed her.
And I don't.
Okay, that makes him a dick. That's what that makes him.
Doesn't make you necessarily a bad person, and it doesn't necessarily mean you should be fired from your fucking job and blackballed and be forced to go put nuggets in a deep fryer for a living. Sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you get canceled because you're a dick.
By the way, a lot of this shit too.
I'm a dick. My wife calls me an asshole just about every fucking day.
Yeah, I know. Join the club. I mean, that's marriage.
I mean, but on the same token, if I looked at my wife and said, we have to do anal tonight or I'm leaving you, she'd look at me and go, well, let me pack your bag.
That's the other thing with this White. Darby Allin is 28 years old. So you're going back to his early 20s. Same thing with Marty Scurll. Yeah. He's a young dude. That happened. I think he might have been like 23, 24 when that allegation came out because he was older than the girl that accused him. But if you think about it, White, I did some questionable shit back in the day too. I wasn't the nicest dude in my 20s.
I'm still not the nicest dude in my 30s.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of dudes would admit to that. You're basically a fucking kid running around with testosterone screaming out of your ears.
Alistair Black on one of these podcasts I listened to admitted to being fucking a drunk squatter in his damn teens. Does that make him a bad person? Because he did drugs and drank alcohol at 15? No.
Right.
Somebody here, TK will either give him a month off after quote-unquote canceling or give him the belt. Sloppy shop Tony. Somebody goes, did you not watch the Usos get the titles the same week one of them got arrested, which is their actual evidence off, or which there is actual evidence of? Somebody goes, different situation, my friend. And then, of course, here come the SJWs. Comparing sexual assault to a DUI, you're a special kind of person. Had Jimmy hit someone with their car under the influence or worse, killed someone, and the WWE still allowed him to set foot in the building, let alone give him... Again, there would be evidence of that.
Again, it's not sexual assault. That's not sexual assault. What she's accusing Darby of is not sexual assault.
Here's one that has some merit, and I give credit to this person. You're forgetting that Tony did let go of Jimmy Havoc after allegations against him. Jimmy said he was going to get help, so Tony suspended while investigation took place, after which he was released. A suspension while under investigation is the correct process.
See, now what was he accused of?
Let's do a Google search and find
Do a Google search, because I believe that was an actual assault allegation. Yeah. Like, legally.
Which I like Jimmy Havoc. I was always wondering where the fuck he went to. Now I know.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. They quickly got him off TV, and that was it.
Allegations that Havoc physically assaulted a fan, as well as domestic abuse and rape. Allegations were made during the Speaking Out movement. AEW said his employment status would be evaluated following the completion of treatment, and he was released on August 13th. As to actually what he actually did, this comes from SI.com here. After the abusive behavior by an ex-girlfriend and rape of another woman. Was one of numerous members of the wrestling industry accused of misconduct in a wide-ranging social media movement called Speaking Out in mid-June. His former partner, Rebecca Crow, accused him of being physically and emotionally abusive towards her during their 3-year relationship. Crow also shared an account from a woman who wished to remain anonymous. Of course you're going to remain anonymous. Because you don't, you want to speak out there and get your shit out there, but you don't want people looking at you going, give us evidence. You don't want to get the backlash. Well, get this. Twitter has a little thing that you can choose who replies to your little tweets, and you can set it to nobody. AEW announced shortly after the allegations were made that Havoc would be receiving treatment and counseling in an effort to overcome mental health and substance abuse challenges in his life. So he had substance abuse challenges. He wasn't released probably because of the allegations. Allegations are just that, allegations.
Yeah, dude had a drug
Jeff
problem.
could come out there on Twitter and accuse me and allegate me of actually being gay and having a hard-on for CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it happened.
Or did it?
Or did it?
Dun, dun, dun.
That red lipstick came in handy that night. Ooh, boy. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Which, one more thing, and then we'll go. We'll end on a bright note. Also, AEW released B. Priestley and Sadie Gibbs. These are all British talents, guys. He's not.
Oh, I heard. I read Pete Dunne's contract ran out too, and it wasn't renewed.
It's getting ready to run out, and
now he's a guy I actually like, from the NXT.
He's a guy I want to see go to Japan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But he just moved here to the States, so either MLW or Ring of Honor his ass. I don't want to see him in AEW. I don't want to see anybody else come to AEW right now. They need to use the people they have. You talk of their women's division.
Mm-hmm.
I brung this up. Where the fuck is Leva Bates?
Why is she injured or something? Like, is she semi-retired? Because I don't understand it either. I never understood it.
There's a woman who could tap into the audience that they fucking have.
She had a lot of buzz a few years ago.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I don't get that. She's purty, too.
Well, another thing that kills me is that the woman here is a master cosplayer. She could tap into that fucking geek-ass audience that AEW is going for. You know, here's a woman that could bring you fucking people, and she doesn't do it. They don't use her at all. But they put her in that fucking crowd as a fake-ass fan. I know she turned on Peter Avalon. So she's a babyface now.
See, for all I know, they're using her on Dark. I wouldn't know.
No, I think maybe they have once or twice.
No, she should be. Wait, if you remember the buzz she had a couple years ago, you would think that she'd be wrestling Britt Baker.
Yeah. When she was doing the whole fucking blue pants thing and NXT released
her.
And she went out on the indies and started doing cosplaying and shit like that.
Maybe we should get her on.
She was just on the AEW Unrestricted podcast back in October, so almost a year ago.
Wow.
I can't remember. I mean, she fought Red Velvet on Dark on January 12th of this year. So they've been using her on Dark. Why to fucking get Red Velvet over? No.
I guess.
No.
See, again, that's the Cody. I'm gonna put other people over. I'm gonna work with these younger guys so that no, dude, just go on a run with the main title. I want to see it.
And I'm not a fan of the style of wrestling that this guy does. I'm going to end this on a good note.
Which guy?
You ever heard of Danhausen?
Yeah.
Are you a fanhausen of Danhausen?
No.
No,
really.
Wow.
No.
I thought you would be. Why are you not a fanhausen of Danhausen?
Why? It's getting too much with the face paint and Darby and the girl that rolls around like a demon from The Exorcist and
yeah, but Danhausen has an excuse, and this is the one wrestler who does stupid shit that I actually like because he has an excuse for it. Because he wants money. Fucking the Young Bucks don't act stupid. They haven't came out there and said because they want money. Because, hey, you buy our merch when we act stupid. You know, here's a guy who literally his whole character is, I'm going to take over the world, and I'm going to go out there and make lots of money. He has an excuse and a logical reason for being this way.
Well, I guess it's funny. I don't know.
It got him on Conan O'Brien's podcast.
Nice.
I tell you what, I don't like. He does a spot. I haven't seen it. And just the thought of it would, you'd think it'd make me go, oh, that's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
He does a spot where he does the Pee Wee Herman tequila bit.
Okay.
And he doesn't call it alcohol or tequila. He calls it spicy water.
That sounds like something you would hate.
But I like this character because you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of an old school horror host. Like a Elvira.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or, the Crypt Keeper. Or have you ever heard of Svengoolie?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Svengoolie.
I miss that shit, White. USA Up All Night.
Dude, Svengoolie still airs.
Does it?
If you have MeTV, I want to say it's every Friday or Saturday night at like 7 o'clock. They air an old movie. They did the old 1940s Harryhausen, Mighty Joe Young. And the scene where he does the tug of war, all of those guys are old wrestlers like the Swedish Angel and stuff like that.
I'll have to check. I think I do have that channel.
MeTV, everybody's got it. It's one of those like, it's like if you have like channel 12, it's like channel 12.2 or something. It's not in HD. You're going to have to find it on the lower end of the spectrum, but it's there.
All right.
But I'm a fanhausen of Danhausen.
Okay.
And I kind of agree with what Cornette said about him, is that I don't really want to see him wrestle too much because, yes, he's probably one of these guys who've wrestled the Invisible Man or shit like that, but his promos are good. His YouTube channel is fucking hilarious. Like, he goes to, like, he does a signing at a comic book store or whatever, and everything puts Hausen at the end of it. So we're here at comic book store Hausen and shit like that. And he plays like he's getting, the theme is, he keeps getting kicked out of the fucking comic book stores because he's stealing shit.
Okay. That's funny.
And he's always asking the fucking people there, what can Danhausen get for free at Comic Book Hausen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the YouTube channel's good. What I've seen of his work, he got signed to Ring of Honor this year. So they haven't really been in front of a crowd for him to do the craft.
Right.
And they can't license the tequila song like they can, so he can't really. But he said the one Ring of Honor crowd that they had with fans, he started going da 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 da, and the crowd starts going da 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 da, and then they go tequila, and he's sitting there doing the Pee Wee Herman dance because they've shoved spicy water into his mouth, you know.
Okay. Right.
It's a total gimmick. It's not something that I would normally like, but. You know, if you can ignore the wrestling and the work side of things, the YouTube channel and the gimmick is good. You know?
So it's only a matter of time before Tony Khan does Danhausen versus Orange Cassidy.
I would not be surprised if we get Danhausen and Darby Allin as a tag team down the line.
Okay. I could see that.
He, like I said, it's, and like Jim Cornette says, he goes, I'm a fan of this guy because people were sending cameos from Danhausen to Jim Cornette. Because they know that Jim Cornette hates that type of shit.
Right.
But Cornette actually became a fanhausen of Danhausen. But Jim Cornette's like, I don't want to see the guy work. I'll never watch the guy's matches. His promos are good. The character's good. That's it. That's all I want to see. So if you haven't checked out Danhausen, check out Danhausen. He's on YouTube at Love That Danhausen. So, anything else, Edwards, before we get out of here?
No, I guess that's it. White, we did a lot.
We did. We went about 2.5 hours. So
yep.
I'm going to put this up in the morning.
Okay.
Anyway, folks, check him out on Twitter at Blading for Truth. Are you still doing the podcast, man, every week?
No. But I'm thinking I might go back to the YouTube channel coming soon here.
Check it out, folks. At Blading for Truth on Twitter. Follow him. Who knows what he's going to be up to next? He's still writing that book.
Yeah, working on a lot of things.
Still working on the book, on the movie.
Yeah,
and
movie's coming out eventually.
Movie's coming out eventually, and maybe it'll be a Danhausen movie.
Maybe it'll be a Dassyhausen movie.
Dassyhausen. Dassyhausen. We're out of here, folks. Good night.